Okay, good morning. Welcome to Trading with Goals. I said today I'm gonna show you guys something about volume, which is also gonna help those people who trade, either they do earning swings or when you're looking at post-ER stocks. Okay, so there is something about volume when you have sometimes when stocks are on a bearish trend, you have volume not picking up. You can have stocks either going sideways or a stock when a stock hits a key level and still the volume is not picking up. So when you're looking at the volume analysis, when a stock hits a key level or when you see a stock has been trending down and then you have a bullish day, you want to at least notice some increase in volume. Now, this strategy means you have to look back 10 days. It means on this particular day, this stock has the highest volume. Sometimes you can see inside there, you have a day or two when it has more volume, but nothing, that stock didn't go to a key level. But in the previous 10 days, so I want to look at LMT on the 15th. So on the 15th, we had, after this volume 1.13, I hope you guys can see my screen. It went down to 579, then it went up to 783. And if we look at the chart, this is the day pre-market, LMT hit 475, which is a key level, was a retest of a previous high. Now, you need to look back 10 days. You might see one day when it's higher, but you want to count back 10 days. And it means in the past 10 days, sometimes 5 to 10 days, that stock, the volume has not been, the volume has been low, or that is the day you had the highest volume. So any stock which has been trending down or going sideways and volume has been low, then one day you wake up and the volume has gone up. On that day is when you want to take a key notice of that stock. So from LMT, we knew LMT was reporting earnings this month, especially for stocks reporting earnings. You want to do that and also look at the volume on the day after or the day before or the day of. So for instance, those stock reporting after market close, you want to see what is the volume on that day. Because if the volume increases on that day, it's telling you there's interest. People are interested in that stock, or people have bought shares, or people are bought calls or bought puts. But if you see a stock is reporting earnings and the volume is no change, then that is communicating something to you. Probably you might not get some action on that stock when it reports earnings. We've seen stocks, they report ER and no movement, but the day after, when the market opens, that stock gains volume. So for any stock going to report earnings, or any stock that has been on a sideways, especially those stock that goes sideways, there's no way a stock can go sideways and you have volume going up, up, up. It means there's not enough volume to make that stock go in either direction. Okay, so you want to go back 10 days whenever, especially if a stock makes some movement on one day. You see a stock that has been trending down and then today it's going up the whole day. Then you see the volume going up. That means that stock, you need to put your interest in that stock. And when you go look at the volume, you'll see in the past 10 days, the volume has not been impressive. So if you look at LMT on the 15th, that's when it hit 475 pre-market. Yes, we had this day when the volume went up, but it hit 465. So you go back 10 days, sometimes up to 10 days, 5 to 10 days. So we see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And this is when it had high volume on the 28th of June. So 10 days, if you see, we had 502, 313, 631, 447, 537, 657. Then this is the day we had 1 million and we had LMT was going up on that day. And then we have this drop from 1.1 to 576. And then now on the 15th, we had it now catching up. So you want to go back. Any stock that has been going sideways or has been trending down and there's no considerable volume, you want to go look at the volume, or any stock that picks some volume on one day, you want to go back and see what has been the volume in the past 10 days. Okay, now when a stock picks up on volume, it means there are people interested. We are getting people interested in that stock. So if the volume goes up because of stock going up, or the volume goes up because of the stock going down, it means it has to keep up with the momentum. Okay, so this, if you notice on here, this is when we started catching up, 783, and then the next day we went to 736, and then on the 17th it went to 1,123. So if we go to the chart, we'll go to the chart and see what happened on that 15th, 16th, 17th. So we had this, it went up, the next day it went down, and then on the 17th it went up. So this is LMT on the 15th, okay? So when you see such a stock in the past 10 days, and then one day the volume catches and goes up. In the past 10 days, the volume was not impressive. Then one day the volume goes up. You want to look at that stock the following day. You want that stock to go up and break whatever that level that made that stock go up. So if you see here on the 15th, pre-market is when it went to 474, but it didn't, so it was supposed to break that 475 level. Then it went slightly pulled back to 462. It means that's the stock you want to look at the next days if volume is going to keep up, okay? Most of the time, the next day, you're going to get that stock. It is supposed to go up and it's supposed to break the price of the day that volume went up. Now, if you see here, on the 11th is when the volume went to 1.13 million. Okay, now you see this is the 11th. It went to 465. So it meant the next day, you are supposed to look at that stock. And that's what happened. The stock trended up, but it still did not break this 465 level. That's why we saw the volume go down, and then the volume caught up again that Monday. So the volume went down on this day, and then the next Monday on the 15th is when volume went to 783, and that's when pre-market we had this stock moving to trying to attempt that 475. So it means the next day you're looking at that stock. So the next day, it is possibly going to give you a whole day trading up. It went up, but we still did not hit this level. Now, when it's not hitting the previous high level, volume goes down. That's why we saw volume on the 15th, it went up. On the 16th, volume went down, but you still want to look at that stock because you don't just look at it one day. You want to see at least 3 days of it, especially if it's a stock that was on a downtrend like this LMT was. So you want to look at it 3 to 6 days because that's when you anticipate pullback for a stock to take 3 to 6 days. So you want to look at that stock 3 to 6 days from when you catch that volume increasing in the past 10 days. Okay, so don't just look at it one day. You want to look at it until it breaks that level, or if it fails, then it means that stock is going to go back down. Now, 15th, it went sideways. Then on this day, we went up, but the volume went down because we did not break that level. Then on the 17th, we had it go up. We broke that we hit that 475. So you're looking at this stock, it's been trending down. mostly you're looking at this strategy for stocks that have been going either sideways or trending down. So you're giving that stock at least it can pull back 3 to 6 days. So here we got the pullback for 3 days. In those 3 days, we hit 480. Okay. Now, if you go back, we want to see the day from the 18th until the day before it reported earnings on the 22nd, which was Monday, because LMT reported Tuesday pre-market. Was it pre-market? Yeah, pre-market. So we've seen what happened on the 15th when the volume increased, then 16th, volume went slightly down. Then on the 17th, the volume went up. So you are catching up volume and the trend is going hand in hand. It has to be a stock that was trending down or trending sideways, and the volume has not been impressive for the past 10 days. And then one day you catch volume going up. Okay, so we go back. Okay, so we see here on the 15th is when it went to here. Then on the 16th, it did not touch that 475. Then here is when it touched and hit 475. And then when it hit 480, you can see the volume went down. Okay, so the stock is going up, but the volume is going down. So I'm interested on this Monday when LMT reported the day before it reported earnings. Okay, and then the next day. So if you want to see, am I trading that stock post TR, you can see on that day, on the 23rd, this was 22nd Monday, then 23rd pre-market, it reported Tuesday pre-market, the volume went up to 2.579. So when you see a stock has reported earnings and the volume has gone up and the price has gone up, then it means you're looking at that stock again the next day. So from when this stock picked up volume, from low volume when it was the past 10 days, it means you're looking at that stock because the price is going up, even if you have volume going down, but this stock is creating new highs. So if you see on this day, we hit the high was 476. Then here, the high was 480. And then we had 479. The volume dropped. And then we have 501 after the morning after it reported earnings, we hit 501. So it means this stock, from when the volume started picking up from the prior 10 days, it should arouse your interest. And then when it reports earnings and the volume increases, it means that's the stock to look at the following day. From just volume going up, okay? So if the volume has gone up when this stock reported earnings, it means you're still looking at it the following day. And that's what we saw LMT on the 23rd. So we had LMT here. Volume went up when it reported earnings, meaning you're still looking at it the following day. And we saw LMT continuing up all the way to 519 yesterday. Okay, so that's just an example of a stock started picking up volume right before earnings. And in the past 10 days before that, the volume was going, sideways. It's up, it's down. And then you pick one day when it has the highest volume. It means you're looking at that stock because there are people who've come in and they've shown interest in that stock. So that's one. Then we want to look at Tesla. So I'm just showing you guys examples of stocks that reported earnings. So Tesla, we know Tesla hit that 470 and then it came down. So we hit 470, we dropped all the way to 270, then we dropped to 231, then it was going up to 265. Then we came down here, another 245. We went 236. So this is a stock that prior to ER, it was on a downtrend. Okay, so let's look at volume before earnings. It reported earnings on 23rd also, pre-market. So we want to look at the volume before that. If you're looking also at stocks that reported, are going to report earnings, the day before or the day of, you want to see how is the volume on that day. You want a stock that has interest. So Tesla, and go to historical data. Okay, so Tesla has been having volume. Tesla volume was up. So this one we are looking at volume on the day before. So there's ways you can use this volume analysis to look at stocks that are going to report earnings before, 10 days before, or these stocks that one day it's been trending down and then one day volume increases. But for Tesla, whether it's bearish or bullish, if you look 10 days, the volume has been going up. Okay, so we had this on the 11th, we had 221, then we had 155, 146, 126. So the volume was decreasing, 110, then 87, and then on 22nd, you had this volume jump up. So Tesla is an example. You can see in these days, the volume was increasing, reducing in the past 10 days. So if we went from 221, 155, 146, 126, 115, 110, 87. So in the past 10 days, the volume of Tesla was just going down, lower and lower and lower. And then on this day, the volume went up. Okay, so the day before it reported earnings, the volume went up. So we went from 87 to 101. So it's telling you people are getting interested in this stock and it was going to report earnings. So in the past 10 days, the volume has been going down. And then on this day, the volume increases. Then it means this might be a stock to watch for earnings. Okay, you want to catch that increase in volume in the past 10 days. This stock, the volume has been going lower and lower and lower. And then on the day before it reports earnings, you have a jump in volume. Okay, then 23rd, it went up. So we went from 101. That was the day before. That was Monday. Then Tuesday, it was reporting Tuesday. After market close, the volume went up. So it means this can be a viable if you want stocks to swing or gamble on for earnings. Then it means this can be a good stock because volume caught up the day before, and then the day of Tesla was reporting Tuesday after market close. So this is how you can tell a stock that volume is increasing the day before, the day of, and the day after. You see the stock went even, the volume went even higher. Okay, so if you want to know stocks you can gamble on for earnings, you want to catch this kind of volume increasing. So in the past 10 days, the volume was just going lower, 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 lower. And then on this day, volume catches up. It means people are getting interested in this stock, and they were getting interested because it was reporting earnings. And this is the day, Tuesday. We were reporting Tuesday after market close. It went from 101 to 111 and then 167. So if you want to see stocks to gamble for earnings, you can do it if you're picking. Those people who pick stocks, sometimes I've seen people focusing on some stocks, and when you go look at the volume, that stock has no volume at all and it's going into ER, then you can, sometimes, yes, you might have no stock having no volume and then it makes a move. So it can be a 50-50, but in most cases, when you have a stock volume doing this, it means there must be a high chance of movement when that stock reports earnings. So that's an example of Tesla. Then I wanted to show you guys GE. I don't know if you guys know, GE is this is General Electric. Was it a few months ago they did a split in their operations, and since then it was going up, and then it had trouble breaking 165, and then finally we broke that 165. So the GE was also reporting earnings. It reported earnings on Tuesday also, pre-market. Tuesday, is it pre-market or I think pre-market? Let me see. So it reported on Tuesday pre-market, okay? So this is Tuesday. So you want to see the day, the past 10 days. Any stock reporting earnings, you want to go look back at the volume. Any stock you want to trade gambling on earnings, please go look at the volume. Don't just based on, just I want to gamble it because you want to gamble. Go look at the volume on that stock. You want to see the past 10 days because people are preparing. People don't just wait. People are prepare for these earnings. So you want to see if there is any interest on that stock the day before, and then the day off, and then the day after. So GE was reporting Tuesday pre-market. So you want to see, this is the 22nd. So Monday, the day before, you can see the volume went from, so here we had this volume at 6.5. This is when it touched to 163. Rejected 165, then went lower, and then volume started picking up on Friday, and then on Monday, the day before earnings, the volume went up. So this is telling you there's interest in this stock, okay? There is some interest, and that's something to look at. And that's what we saw. GE went up to 170. So pre-market, it broke that 165 level. And open slightly lower, and then went all the way to 177. So when you're looking at stocks that have reported earnings, go see what happened to the volume the day before, the day of, or the day after it reports earnings. And this is what we saw. Volume went to 16 million on the 23rd. So because it went to 176, and then the next day the volume, so yesterday the volume went lower. So we saw this going to from 177, then we had a slingshot setup, it pulled back, and you see many people took profit, and you see the volume has now gone down. So this on the day before, what was the volume? Any stock reporting earnings, or any stock that has been trending down, and then one day the volume catches up and goes up. So that's an example, GE. And then I'll look at NXPI. So this is semiconductor stock. It was trending up. It had hit some new high. So it was reporting on Monday after market close. So NXPI, so we go to historical data. Oh, you were there. And this is, it was reporting on Monday. So if you look, the previous 10 days, so we had a day it had 4 million, but if you count back, so this was, you want to see the day before, the day off. So it was reporting Monday after market close. that Monday, volume went up. Okay, volume. So if you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 8, 9, 10. So volume was 1 million, 1 million, went up slightly. Then we had this day, and if you look on this day 17th, some movement was there. This was stock which was trending up. And then when you look at the day off or the day before, so it was reporting Monday after market close, what happened to the volume? The volume went up. So it is telling you there is interest. Okay, so if there is interest in this stock, probably you might get some movement for earnings, and that's what happened. NXPI pulled back for earnings, dropped from 287 to 255 after market open. Okay, then we saw this volume went higher, 4 million, then 6.6. So when you want a stock you're going to swing, if you're taking a gamble that has volume. Okay, so this is another example. And I want to look at one which was reporting yesterday after market hours, Whirlpool. So this is just to help those people who take who take a gamble. Now, if you look at Whirlpool on this day, we had some movement. So on 18th, no? So we want, let's see, on 17th. So look back before, I'll see this day, yes, but I want to show you guys on 17th. So if we look back the past 10 days, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So from when it had 1.344 volume dropped to 514, almost more than a half. Then it started picking up. So in the past 10 days, this was the last day we had the highest volume, then it dropped, then it started going up, then go down, then go up, then go down, go up. Then we had this day on the 17th when volume picked up. So we want to look on the chart on the 17th. What happened on that 17th? Okay, so here, this from when you saw that volume was 1 point something, which was the date? Let me look that when it went to 1 million. That was on the 8th. So if you look on the 8th, the volume went to 1.17. So on the 8th, here. Now, this is a stock that has been trending down. Okay. Actually, on the 26th, we can look at the 26th and see what happened on the volume. On 26th, okay, let me show you guys another example. We went to, you can go way back and see when volume goes up. So this is the 26th. So the volume was low, and then on this day, volume went to 9.7 million. Okay, 9.7 million. This is the 26th of June. So you want to know what happened on this day. This stock, the volume was low, and then one day the volume just goes to 9.7 million. What happened? And then what it means, that's a stock to look at the following day, and we want to see what happened the following day. So this is 26, 27, the volume went lower. So we look at the chart. On the 26th is when pre-market, this stock went from 86 to 105. Previously, Whirlpool was just going down, It's been bearish. There were those stocks that were tired of being bearish. So just dropping. I didn't think it hit 52-week low and then went up and then was kind of going sideways and then This one day we just woke up 26, and what happened? Volume just went to 9 million. I don't know if they had news or something. So it's saying start looking at that stock. Okay, the next day. So this is the day it went to 9 million. The next day you want to look at it. Of course, it didn't go up. So we had this move down, and that's why volume went down. And then we start going up. So it means start looking at that stock, and don't just one day. Look at it 3 to 6 days and see what happens. So this is when it was going sideways, 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 sideways. And then we had this drop, and then the next time we had volume catching up was that the 2nd of July. So 2nd of July, then we had 2nd of July volume catching up again. Then the next day you see this stock dropping. But from the moment that volume is catching up, it means look at that stock. Okay. So this is the same stock for after this move. It is saying, look at it at me. We took some time because it consolidated going sideways, but finally we broke this level 105, and this is when it went all the way to 111, 115. Okay, then we had this drop. Then it was reporting, it was reporting earnings yesterday after market hours. So let's go look at the volume yesterday. I need to get a new mouse. Okay, so it was reporting yesterday. So we see we had this day where it was 2 million, 2.6, then volume dropped, and then it started picking up volume on Monday, 1.7. So it's saying this is a stock to look at. We want to see what will happen. Then yesterday, the volume went to 1.8. So there is interest in that stock. So it means that must be a stock to look at for earnings today, because volume started catching up almost 1 million volume interest from Monday and then yesterday. So it means it's a stock we want to look at. We didn't get any much action for earnings yesterday, but it doesn't mean it's not a stock to look at today. Okay, so that's just an example for stocks reporting earnings, how to look at the volume and to analyze if people are getting interested in this stock before it reports earnings. ENPH. So ENPH has been trending down. Then if you go back, the volume has been on the 15th. I'm looking at the 15th. This is the 11th. So volume was just the past 10 days, not impressive. 3 million, 2 million, 3 million, 2 million. And then on this day, we had 6 million. So it's saying start look at that stock, because now people are getting interested. Okay, start looking at it. So we want to see what happened on the 11th. I know this stock has not been very impressive. I'm very interested to see what happens post-year. So that was 11th. Okay, so here volume picked up and you see the reason why. So it means look at that stock the next day. So the volume went to 6 million. It was rotating between 2, 3 million. Then on this day it went to 6 million. So it means look at that stock. And you can see the move it came from 102 to 115. So it means look at the stock the next day. So what happened the next day? We had it trending up the whole day. So 113 to 119. Okay, but it went up and then volume dropped, and then we see this again. When the volume drops, it means now people are now backing up from this stock. But you want to catch, if you want to catch those next day a stock trending up the whole day, you want to catch when this stock, the volume goes up. Okay, so how do you get to know this? Look at the stocks that were trending, top gainers, top losers on that day. So every day you want to look at stocks that were top gainers, top losers, and then look at that volume for that stock for the past 10 days. Mostly you will see there were stocks that either were trading down and then you catch some move or it hits a key level, because here 115 was a key level or something. Then you see that spike in volume. Then it means look at that stock. So this is something, if you want to, I know we had talked about low volume, but this is now high volume, the opposite. So we know low volume, it means look at me. And this one is mostly stocks that are either going sideways or trending down. And then on one day you have a spike in volume and then it tells you, look at that stock. The next day, you will catch either some continuation, or if that stock doesn't hold up, you plan for puts. Okay, how to catch if you want those next day whole day trending up. This is mostly for bullish trend. Okay, that's just, I know I've told you guys about this high volume before. We concentrated so much on low volume, but I want people now also to look at that high volume. Look at either stocks that have been on a bearish trend and then one day they spike up, or they've been going sideways and then one day they spike up. It means look at that stock the following day. So we had this day and then the next day it gave you the whole day trending up. Then it means it's not just that day. You can still look at that stock because it means people are gaining interest in that stock. From that day, you want to look at that stock. Either it's going to be, like here we had this almost going sideways and then edged lower, and then we had this move up. Now, when you have that day of that volume going up, the next day that stock goes up, even if the volume goes down and that stock pulls back, it means the next time it's going up, it's going to break this level. So when this stock is done going down, the same thing we've seen in LMT, go look at it. When it hit 480, even if that stock pulls back, it means the next time when that stock goes up, because volume drove that stock to this high level, it means the next time it is going to break that level. So this is 119. The next day we hit 119. It means when this stock is done pulling back, you'll be getting calls and you're going to break that level. Okay, so here we had 1 or 2 double bottom. So you're looking for double bottom or higher low. It means you're going to break that 119, and that's what happened. We broke and hit 120. So always go back and see that day when that stock, there was a spike in volume. What was that level the next day? That high level the next day, that stock is going to break that level. So if we just go back and see LMT, so we had it hit. So this is the day the volume spiked up. Then this one continued up. So the high it hit was 480. So if that stock pulls back, it means it's going to break this level. just from that spike in volume, the high from the next day is the high it hit. When you have this pullback, that stock is going to break that level, and that's what we've seen. It has broken that level. We looked at so ENPH, LMT, Spot also on the 15th. Spot reported earnings. So any stock reporting earnings, go look back at it. You want to get that story. When go look at the volume, the past 10 days or even before that. So this is the 15th. What happened here? On the 15th, we had a spike in volume. I don't know why, but we had this spike in volume on, let's see, LM Spot. Before that, on the 11th. So we had this spike starting on the 10th. Okay, so the past, we had since this 4.9 million, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we had this volume dropping from 4.9 to dropped almost 4 million, over 4 million from this day, 28th, dropped to 913, losing 4 million, then going down, then picking up 2 million here and then here. Then from this day, 2.88, the 11th. So let's look at the chart and see what happened on the 11th. Any stock reporting earnings, please do the same thing. Go look at this volume analysis. The 11th. Okay, so this is, we had, if you see when the volume was spiking up, it went to 322, and then we had it drop. So this was when that volume was catching up, 322, and then we had this move, 315 and 314, which was a pullback. So we came from 302 to 314. This was when that volume was increasing, but this stock dropped. So we went from 314 to 297. So go look back when you had that high volume. This is 322. It means when this stock is dropping, it's gonna catch up on this volume when it had the highest volume. In the past 10 days, that was the highest volume it had. So 322, we pulled back all the way to 288. So we had 288, 290 the day before ER. So let's look at on Monday. What was the volume on Monday? Okay, I'm gonna show you guys. This volume thing is very interesting, especially for people if you want to gamble on those earnings. Now look in the past before ER. So it was reporting on, it was reporting Monday 22nd. Now look at the volume that Monday. The volumes went from, look at the volume the previous days. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So in these 10 days, apart from these 2 days, this volume was down just below 1 million. And then on the 22nd Monday, volume jumped to 3.122. Okay. So it means, look at that stock. There's interest in that stock. It went, this one reported, was it after hours? It reported Tuesday pre-market. Okay, so just from Monday, it was telling you there's a chance this is gonna be a good ER play, but just based on volume. It went from 1.7 to 3.122 on Monday. Okay. Then the day after, volume went to 6.66. That's Monday morning after reporting. So it's telling you, look at that stock, not just that day, for the next 6 days. So from just this volume spike the day before it was reporting earnings, it was a clear indication we have people interested in this stock. Okay. So so we went up from 290, it went to 343. That's 23rd. So it means you're still looking at that stock for the next, not just that day, you're still looking at that stock. It's post-year, at least the next 6 days, you're still looking at the same stock. So we had it also have this move, pull back. And this is the stock, there is a high chance you can swing for the next day. You can either swing for, if it creates a shallow pullback, doesn't go back to the previous day low, high chance you're going to get a new high. And that's what happened. We got a new high yesterday. Okay. So this is just for earnings stocks. Post pre-ER, the day of, the day before, and the day after. If you're seeing volume, people are interested in that stock, you can still look at, we can also look at DPZ when it reported. Also, the DPZ reported on the 18th. Just an example to see. DPZ. So DPZ reported 18th after market close. So you want to look the day before or the day off. Okay. Look at this jump in volume. So this in the past 10 days, go look the past 10 days. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The past 10 days, it came from, look at this, went from 441 to 21 to, so the volume was not, it was going kind of sideways in the past 10 days. And then the day it's reporting earnings, it was reporting after market close, this volume went to 3.127. So you want a stock that people have interest in. There's no way a stock is going to report earnings and then you see no volume or volume goes down. It means probably nobody is thinking about that stock. But when you see this, it means people are loading up on that stock. Either they are shorting it or they are buying stocks or they whatever. There is action. Went from 956 to this, and this volume is up to market close. When you see this, it means this is going to be a good high chance. It's going to be a good ER play. Okay, that's the 18th. And then we've seen after that volume dropped. So this is what happened to DPZ. DPZ dropped. Okay, and you guys know we've been tracking DPZ. It rejected 535, then created a lower high. So it was on a bearish trend. And this is what happened. We dropped from that 491 all the way, lost all that, almost touching 400. Okay. Then volume went up on this day. Volume went lower. So it means not so much to carry the stock. Price chance, you might get some pullback or continuation, but it's still a stock to look at. This is mostly for people who are trading swings for earnings and also the day after, post-ER. Volume. You want where stock, people are getting interested in this stock because they know it's going to report earnings or it's reporting earnings today or tomorrow. You want that volume spike. If there's no spike, chances are that might not be a good swing, or you want the next day to see if there's a possibility it can be a good post-ER play. Okay. So if you want to swing a stock, please look at the volume, go look the past 10 days, what was happening. Was there any spike in volume the day before or the day off? And giving you an indication how to trade that stock post for swings or post ER. Okay. Now, just for volume, and if anyone is interested in trading those swings. Now, on Monday, I told you guys this week, it's gonna be, we are not out of the woods. If we have any pullback, ride everything back down. I'm only gonna look at a few stocks. I'm beginning with SPY and QQQ. So that's if you had prepared. And please, I hope you guys are not still looking at stocks dropping and you're not trading puts, because we are headed into August. This is just a test of the iceberg. Okay. So please don't just look at stocks and you're not trading puts. Don't be just a person who trade calls. If you're a person who trade calls, I hope you're looking at sector rotation stocks, but there is more money on these puts. Don't just look at these stocks and you're not trading puts. So we said any pullback. So we started pulling back. On Friday we hit 547, and I said anticipate we're gonna pull back. It's gonna be stock will pull back, but we're going to go lower. We're going down. So from the moment we hit 546 and we started dropping. Even if you missed this drop, you didn't swing puts, you had an opportunity to get puts, and we went down the whole day. So this is what I said. We could get a pullback, yes, but we are supposed to continue down. We were officially bearish. From last week, we were officially bearish. So when you're bearish, you're getting a pullback. Okay, so when we hit SPY hit 565, that was a 52-week high. We got a slingshot set up on 17th Wednesday, but we did not go up. Instead, we created a lower high. It's a failed slingshot. When it's a failed slingshot, you're going down, you'll get a pullback. If that stock does not go back to the high, we've seen stock with failed slingshot, but they go back to and create new highs. If that stock is not going up, and here we had a double top, so we had 555, 556, this is considered a double top. It was a clear indication we are not going anywhere. Get puts. Okay, so you guys were prepared for the week on Monday, and this is what happened. We got this pullback, get puts. So I hope people didn't miss this, and I'd already mentioned, we are bearish. We're officially bearish. Plan for bearish continuation. So we had this beautiful move we want to see today. If we're not getting any pullback, any shallow pullback, any lower high, means we're still going to continue down. Okay, we might get a pullback. It's a big drop, 556 to 539. So even if you want half of this, so anticipate half of this. If we're not getting half of that, meaning going back to 556 to 54, that's about 16 points, so about 9 points. If it's not going up 9 points, at least 50% of this, then still expect we're going to have bearish continuation. So all these stocks, and especially because last week we had tech stocks and semiconductor stocks, which were already bearish. So those were the best stocks to trade this week, including Meta, including into all the stocks that are already telling us what we're going to expect. So this was the pullback, lower high. We were going to get lower highs. We were going to go lower. We are going to create new lows. Okay, so we're still doing the same thing. If no pullback, then it means we can have continuation down and then some pullback like that. That's how we are trading. Pullback, continuation, until when you look at the daily chart. So this is the daily chart. You want to see an inside day, okay? So we gotta look back when SPY was bearish. So this was in March. We dropped. You want an inside day, and then the next day you break, you have a change of character. Until that happens, please, we're still bearish. So we are bearish until you see an inside day. So it means you've been creating lower lows, lower lows, lower lows, lower lows. And then on this day, you create a higher low. Okay, you might get an inside bar or you get a stock. Yeah, we have some stocks creating a higher low and breaking the previous lower high level. So for us to know when we are going to be bullish, you want to see this lower low, lower low, and then you see a higher low, can be an inside band. Then the next day you get another higher low. Then it means now you start looking at calls. But before that happens, we are still looking at puts. So here what happened? We had a higher low on Monday. And then we had another higher low. But what did it do? We didn't have a change of character. Okay, we had a higher low, yes, a higher low, but did we have a change of character? No. So this was barely a shallow pullback and then bearish continuation. So we know we have, so far we have 1, 2, 3, 4. This can go up to 6. Okay, you guys don't forget, we can pull back 3 to 6 days. So we already did 3 lower lows. Then probably somebody would have said, oh, we're going back up, we have a higher low. But the next day we had another higher low. But did we have a change of character? No, we did not have a change of character. Instead, we had a lower high, 554, and then now we have another low. So pullbacks, 3 to 6 days. So this is something you should know, that we are bearish. We should be going down 3 to 6 days. So far we are the one lower low, the first, the second lower low, third lower low. Then we had here probably lying to us. This is where people get trapped. But you guys were already warned. This is gonna be just a pullback. Don't get fooled. I even say don't think we're going to heaven. We are not going to heaven. We are not going to heaven this week. So it was a lower high, then bearish continuation. Okay. So today we can still have this because this can happen 3 to 6 days. Just an example here. So you want another, if you want to know when you're bullish, anytime we've been bearish and then you want to know, are we going back up? You want a higher low. So here we had a lower low, a higher low, and a change of character. Until that happens, please forget about calls. Trade puts. Okay. So all these stocks, tech stocks, semiconductor stocks, and I said SMCI, the 5K plays are indicated clearly what to anticipate. SMCI, it was in the bearish trend. Look at this, very beautiful bearish, strong bearish stocks, no weak at all. Okay, we had 1, 2, 3. This one was an inside bar, then 4, then inside bar, then 5. So this is a very strong bearish stock. Okay, Meta, any of those. So Meta, we had this pullback. So yes, we had an inside bar, but as long as it's not doing a change of character, it's just a pullback. So here we had this move down, then we had almost 3 days of a pullback, and then bearish continuation. So Meta, we're still looking at it. It has not broken this level. We still have an inside bar here. So you see this strong, and then you have an inside bar. As long as you're not having a change of character, there is no change of character. Please don't confuse and start saying those people who love calls, oh, we're going to heaven. No heaven. We're not going to any heaven. Okay, this is what we are in. We are bearish. We're officially bearish. Okay, you can see the difference with LMT. Okay, so LMT was down here. Okay, and then in this day, we created a lower low here, then we have a higher low, but we still didn't have so this was a rejection week. So we go by this candle, we had a change of character, and this is what it's been doing, going up. A strong trend can last 6 to 9 days. So 6 to 9 days, still bullish. We had a doji here, then bullish, strong bullish candles, no weak. So if it's a stock you're looking at post-ER, pre-ER, it is this one, very strong bullish candles. Okay. I hope you guys are taking note of this. Don't go with emotion saying, oh, because this pullback, now I'm getting calls, I'm swinging calls. Don't be in a rush for calls until you see that a higher low, like this, a higher low, even if it's an inside bar, until you see a change of character, don't start jumping on. We can get some pullback, you can get advantage, but if it's still lower highs, we're not done going down. Okay. So that's the thing. We're still bearish, apart from these stocks that are reporting earnings. Now, coin is bullish. So watch coin and MSTR. They are bullish. We still don't have, we had this move down, but we still don't have a change of character. We've gone down, yes, but we don't have a change of character. And I'm thinking we might have this push and pull until we report earnings for this sector. So just this one is still bullish. We have a week. Next week, the first Thursday is reporting earnings. So this sector still, these ones at least they are bullish. We might have this kind of push and pull, but they're bullish. Coin, MSTR. We have two inside bars, so these ones are still bullish. You can still get some those of bullish moves, but the rest of the sectors we are bearish. ENPH, still look at it, we are bullish. Okay, we now have a change of character. Okay, so it's post-year, look at it. That one and FSLR. So FSLR, we still don't have a change of character. It's not moving on much, and then we have ER coming up. Okay, so that's the difference. Look at the daily chart. Don't go with emotions. We've not changed anything. We are bearish. Okay, all these stocks bearish. Nothing has changed. Okay, until you see a higher low or a change of character. Okay, now post-ER, look at it today. So we had this move, so now was bearish. We had some 3 days pullback. Going down, we had double, actually triple top 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4 times on this, and it has gone up, but as long as it's not touching 815. Okay, so we're gonna open a high. We can still get an opportunity to ride it up. It needs 815. If it's not touching 815, get put. So this can be still a good post-year play. Now, don't get discouraged to trade stocks that are up for earnings. Just go higher on the strike price. Okay, so just because you saw LMT is up, I'm not trading it because it's up. Get a higher strike price. Okay, you guys saw 515, they were $12, went all the way to that. Don't be scared to get a strike price that is higher because it still has room to go up. Okay, so this one, it has hit 784, what? 787. So it has not touched 800. We still have room. So if it's going up, we have room to ride it up. Don't be scared because, oh, it's gone up 40 points. I can't trade it. I know people who do that. They're like, oh, I'm not trading it. It's up. I'm scared. Please, we have room. It can go up to 815. Our target is 820. If it's still going up, ride it up. If it's not going up, get puts. Okay, so don't be there scared. Or people are like, oh, I can't trade this stock. It's up 20 points. It's up 50 points. Get higher strike price. They are cheaper strike price. If this stock is still trending up, you still have room to make money. Okay, so if you see stock like yesterday or SPY opened or SPY is down 8 points, I'm not trading. Look at what happened to SPY. It went down the whole day. The whole day. So don't be scared of these. Oh, it's down 554, 548. I'm not trading it. Why? you're trading it because it is open lower than yesterday. It is telling you I'm gonna be bearish the whole day. So from market open to market close, it was trending down. So those people who were like, oh, I'm not touching it, it is gone down 10 points, it's gone down 50 points, get a strike. If it's for puts, go lower. If it's for calls, go higher. Don't be scared because of the movement. Pre-market by Rini. Nicole, Nikki, sign us off.
Make this money, guys.
Thank you.